Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Quana Wath with the Great Millstone Charlotte Camp, coming with another quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And this afternoon or this evening, just laying back enough the spirit. It's like it. That the elders and the starting with Apostle Tahar and the apostles and elders on down, and brothers as well, have been speaking on, and being, doing lessons each day, right? And it was an inspiration to have the title of this lesson being "Have a Mind to Work," right? Because as we'll read here in Nehemiah, we're in the midst of building, of that third temple, right? In his time, in Nehemiah's time, they were building the wall around Jerusalem, but they were coming up against some adversity, but they still continued to build, and that's where we're in the spirit of, is continually building, man, right? Going to that word edify, right? Now, this is Nehemiah 4th chapter and verse 4. It reads, "Hear, O our power, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity," because these heathen were coming up against Nehemiah and the families that were building the wall, right? "And cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before thee, for they have provoked thee to anger before the builders," right? And who are the builders now, man? The men you see on the highways and byways, the brothers you see diligently studying and putting up lessons, man, right? Starting with our elder apostles and the men on down, man, elder bishops and the elders of each camps, on down to each brother, right? These are the builders. And, Esau, Edom, as well as these heathen, are provoking the builders. How? Brothers getting their videos taken down, brothers losing channels, brothers going through various, levels of hell, while we're in captivity, right? Verse 6, "So built we the wall." So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof, for the people had a mind to work. And that's the point. They had a mind to work, and we have a mind to work, right? Now you go into this word work, it's like it. And it reads, Strong's H 6213. It's an Aisha, right? And it says, to do, to fashion, to accomplish, right? To make, to do, work, make, produce, right? What are you accomplishing, on a day in, day out basis, man, right? We should be accomplishing something in the spirit every day, right? What are you studying? Do a lesson on it. The conversations you have with brothers, in the spirit, do a lesson on it, right? The things you see, the news that you witness, right? The things you see in your walk on a day-to-day basis, you can do lessons on them, man, right? You can build, right? That's part of the building. You learn, you take in that information, and then you filter it through the spirit and feed it to the sheep, man, right? So what are you accomplishing, throughout the week, throughout the days, man, right? Let me get this here. Let me see what this word accomplish says. It says achieve or complete successfully. All right. What else we got? It also says produce, man. Right. It says to fulfill, achieve, succeed in, realize, attain, manage, bring about, carry out. We're carrying out the work, right? It's like it. Complete, finish, perform, and even going back to that word produce, right? What are you producing, man? Are you producing good works? Are you producing work throughout the days, man? Right? Every brother has the capability, to do at least a video, right? We all go through, what we go through throughout the week, but it's the spirit is tightening up, so we have to tighten up as well. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man, right? We gotta be in the spirit of working, man, as we just read, right, in that Nehemiah, it said, for the people had a mind to work, right? So we got to have a mind to work, put this work in, right? Now let's go to, because we spoke on edifying, right? 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 11. And it reads, wherefore comfort yourselves together and edify one another, even as also ye do. Right? So the spirit is just ramping up right now, man. Right? As we do, right, we have to do even more, right? The spirit is requiring more, so we have to oblige, right? And it's only for the good of the body, man, right? Everybody's going to benefit off the daily teachings, Everybody's going to benefit from the continual word going out. Brothers teaching are benefiting, growing as teachers, as leaders, right? Growing in studies, right? And the sheep, are benefiting in the being constantly fed, man, right? Everybody benefits, off of daily teaching, Now, let's go to Romans. This is Romans 15 and verse 2. And it reads, let every one of us please his neighbor for the good, or for his good, to edification, man, right? To the building, We're in the midst of building that third temple, man, right? So we have to continue to edify, continue to work, have a mind to work, It says here in the NLT, we should help others do what is right and build them up in the Lord, right? So we're all being built up, We're all being built up. Each of us is being built up through, the labors and works, the accomplishments, the achievements, right? that other brothers are doing, man. That's one thing I've learned, in my brief time. No matter who's watching your videos, somebody's being built up, man. Whether it be one person, as long as that video is edifying, right? And that's the point of doing the lessons, right? Somebody's being built up, man, right? Let's go to 2 Timothy 2 and verse 15. Because part of that, going into that word work, those accomplishments, right? Those achievements, you achieve things throughout the day, right? And those things can always be applied, in lessons through the Spirit, man, right? And part of that is your studies, right? Whatever you're reading, whatever you're going over, the notes that you're taking, right? Now, this is why it says here in 2 Timothy 2 and 15, it reads, study to show thyself approved unto the Lord, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, man. And why is that workman not to be ashamed? Because he's studying and then he's applying what he's studying, man. Right? He's using his studies to feed the sheep, man. Right? What he's learned, he's teaching to others, man. Right? That's the whole point, of the ministry. We learn, we digest that, and then you teach it, you give it out, right? You get some understanding, right? And you teach it to the sheep, man. You feed the sheep, right? That's why that workman is not ashamed, because he's gone through those studies, right, in order to be built as a teacher, man, And then let's get this, and I'll close with this. I don't want to make it too long. The point's been made, many times over. I just wanted to touch on it, briefly, right? Because we have to have a mind to work, man. We have to have a mind to edify, to build, right? To grow as students, as servants, right? Because that's what we really are. We're servants to the Lord and servants to the body, man. Right? As shepherds as well, right? Because, every brother has sheep, that need to be fed, This is John chapter 4 and verse 34. And it reads, Yahushua saith unto them. Actually, I'll start in I'll start in 31. John chapter 4 and verse 31. In the meanwhile, his disciples prayed him, saying, Master, eat. But he said unto them, I have meat to eat that ye know not of. Therefore saith his disciples one to another, Hath any man brought him aught to eat? Yahushua saith unto them, My meat is to do the will of him that sent me, and to finish his work, man. Right? And that's what we're, in the spirit of, man. Right? We get our meat from, doing this work, man. Doing the will of the Lord. That's what satisfies us, as it satisfies Yahushua. And that's the same mindset that we have to take on a daily basis, right? He taught daily in the temple. Brothers in the, watching the videos, doing these lessons, reading, getting your studies in, what's the word? Paralleling, various events to the scriptures, man. Staying tuned in prophecy, right? Being occupied in prophecy, and merging that with the scriptures. All these things are us staying in the temple, man. And it's becoming more and more important for us to teach, man. Right? So it's a beautiful thing that the Spirit was on the Apostle Tahar, and the apostles and elders on down, to put that decree out, because we can all do more, starting, speaking to myself first and foremost, right? There's always work to be done, and it's like I said earlier, it's for the good of the body, man. Everybody's gonna benefit from this, man. Everybody's gonna profit, from what's the word? The continual teaching, man. The enhanced teaching of the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. But as I titled the lesson, man, have a mind to work, man. Continuing to work, continue to accomplish things, right? We're kings in training, man. And what do kings do, man? Kings conquer, right? And you continue in that work, man. You're accomplishing great things, man, as a king would, And we're just growing into that role, right? So, I pray that lesson was edifying through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I want to close by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushai Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. Kwame Yasharala and Abad Babal, man. Hey, DTA soon. We almost home. Shalom.